and abuses are as follows. All the members of the junta, comprising Lieutenant Yahya A.J.J. Jammeh, Lieutenant Sana B. Sabali, Lieutenant Edward Singate, Lieutenant Saidou Haidara, Lieutenant Yankuba Toure, and Lieutenant Peter Singate, including their orderlies, Private Babu Kanjai, aka Njai Ponkal, JCB Mendy, Mustafa Toure, aka Churo, Lamin Marong, Lamin Sengo, aka Pasengo or Assassin, Private Zakaria Dabo, Ensa Mendy, and Jalimadi So, are responsible for the torture and inhumane treatment of Captain Mamad Cham, AIG Ibrahima Chongan, and RSM Babuka Jeng at Mile 2 Central Prisons on September 6, 1994. 2. Sana Sabali and JCB Mendy are responsible for the torture of political prisoners after the 1994 coup, particularly O.J. Jallow. Yahya Jammeh also bears criminal responsibility for these crimes due to his failure as Commander-in-Chief to investigate and punish the perpetrators. 3. Captain Yahya Jammeh, Captain Sana Sabali, Captain Edward Singate, Captain Saidou Haidara, Captain Yankuba Toure, Captain Peter Singate, and Major Babuka Jatta, together with their orderlies and security guards, are responsible for the torture and inhumane treatment of soldiers arrested and detained at Yundum Barracks on November 11, 1994, and also for unlawfully killing Lieutenant Jibril Sey, Lieutenant Abdoulaye Ba, Lieutenant Bakari Mane, aka Nyancho, Lieutenant Buba Jammeh, Lieutenant Momodu Lamindabo, Cadet Amadou Mbake Sila, Lieutenant Abdoulaye Dod Fall, Lieutenant Basiru Baro, Fafa Nyang, Sergeant Basiru Kamara, and E.M. Cisse. 4. Captain Yahya Jammeh, Captain Edward Singate, together with the orderlies and security guards, including Alaji Martin and Lamin Sengo, are responsible for the unlawful arrest, unlawful detention, imprisonment, torture, and sexual violence of Sana Sabali and Saidou Haidara. Captain Yahya Jammeh and Captain Edward Singate are also responsible for the unlawful killing of Saidou Haidara. 5. Captain Yahya Jammeh, Captain Edward Singate, Captain Yankuba Toure, Captain Peter Singate, Private Alaji Kanyi, Private B.K. Jatta, and Private Pa Aliou Gomez are responsible for the unlawful killing of Usman Koro Sise. 6. Captain Yahya Jammeh and his state guard personnel, including Alama Momane, deceased, Bubakar Ba, Musa Jammeh alias Malia Mungo, deceased, Sergeant Gomez alias Hitler, and Kausu Kamara alias Bombardier, were responsible for the persecution, sexual violence, and torture of PPP supporters, particularly O.J. Jallow, Hussein Njai, and MC Cham, who were arrested, mistreated, and unlawfully detained at Fajara Barracks in 1995 and 1996. As leaders of the group that went to the breach, Edward Singate, Yankuba Toure, and Peter Singate are responsible for the tortures of scores and the murder of 2 UDP supporters around Denton Bridge in Banjul sometime in December 1996. Yahya Jammeh also bears responsibility for these serious crimes of unlawful killings, persecution, torture, and inhumane treatment of UDP supporters at the Denton Bridge in December 1996 due to failure to prosecute. Yahya Jammeh is responsible for the persecution of Gambian journalists between 1994 to January 2017 by unlawfully arresting, harassing, detaining, deporting, torturing, forcing them into exile, killing, and disappearing them. 9. Yahya Jammeh, former Vice President Aissat Njai Sedi, and heads of the security agencies, including Babuka Jatta, former Chief of Defense Staff, Usman Baje, former Minister of Interior, Babuka Sow, former Crime Management Coordinator of the Police, and Momodu Cisse of the PIU, along with Abdul Njai alias Giri, Gorgim Boop, Inspector Dabo, Modu Lamin Fati, Abdoulaye Ba, Modu Cham, Modu Gajaga, Corporal Lamin Kamara, Captain Wassa Kamara, all bear responsibilities for the killing of 17 civilians on April 10th and 11, 2000. 10. Yahya Jammeh bears responsibility for the killing of both Almamo Mane and Momodu Doumbouya. 11. Yahya Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, 𝐂𝐢𝐬𝐥, Sana Manjang, Malik Jatta, Manlafi Kaur, Kausu Kamara, aka Bombardier, and Bailo are responsible for the killing of journalist Deda Haidara. 11. Yahya Jammeh, Usman Sonko, Tumbul Tamba, Suleiman Baje, and Bailo are responsible for the attempted murder of lawyer Usman Sila. 12. Yahya Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, Malik Jatta, Solo Bojang, Sana Manjang, and 𝐂𝐢𝐬𝐥 are responsible for the killing of Dauda Nyasi. 14. Yahya Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, Solo Bojang, Malik Jatta, Sana Manjang, and 𝐂𝐢𝐬𝐥 are responsible for the killing of Ndongo Boop and disappearance of Momodu Lamine Nyasi and Buba Sanyang. 15. The perpetrators of the unlawful killing of Haruna Jammeh and Jasaja Kujabi are Yahya Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, Solo Bojang, Sana Manjang, Omar Jallo, aka Oya, and 𝒂𝐢𝐬𝐥. 16. Yahya Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, Solo Bojang, Seni Jammeh, Yusuf Asane, Omar Jallo, aka Oya, Bora Koli, Michael Korea, Sana Manjang, Michael Jatta, Fansu Nyabali, Mustafa Sane, Ismaila Jammeh, and 𝐂𝐢𝐬𝐥 are responsible for the unlawful killings of Daba Marena, Manlafi Kaur, Ibolo, 𝒂𝒏, Alio Cisse, Masi Jammeh, and Julia Mako. Yahya Jammeh and the junglers, comprising Sana Manjang, Musa Jammeh, and Suleiman Sambu, are responsible for the killing of Kajali Jammeh, Yamakoli, Baidam, Sheikh Fal Paosjeng, and 3 other unknown men suspected to be cattle rustlers. Yahya Jammeh is responsible for the unlawful killing of Cisse Bujele. Next. Yahya Jammeh, Omar Jallo, aka Oya, Pa Osman Sane, Mustafa Sane, Michael Jatta, Fansu Nyabali, Malik Manga, Suleiman Sambu, Momodu Jaju, alias Rambo, and Noah Baje are responsible for the unlawful killing of Baba Job. 20. Yahya Jammeh, Noah Baje, Momodu Jaju, alias Rambo, Lieutenant Mustafa Sane, Staff Sergeant Malik Manga, Staff Sergeant Omar Jallo, alias Oya, Staff Sergeant Suleiman Sambu, Lao Jaju, and Suwandi Kamara are responsible for the murder of Suleiman Dao and Mahawa Cham. 21. Yahya Jammeh, Yankuba Baje, General Suleiman Baje, Major Noah Baje, Captain Momodu Jaju, aka Rambo, Lieutenant Mustafa Sane, Lieutenant Michael Jatta, WO2 Fancy Nyabali, WO2 Pa Sane, Staff Sergeant Amadou Baje, Staff Sergeant Suleiman Sambu, Staff Sergeant Malik Manga, Staff Sergeant Omar Jallo, alias Oya, Lieutenant Michael Korea, and Corporal Sekuba Jaju are responsible for the unlawful killing of Mahmoud Cisse and Ibu Job. 22. Yahya Jammeh, Yankuba Baje, General Suleiman Baje, Lieutenant Colonel Noah Baje, Captain Momodu Jaju, alias Rambo, Staff Sergeant Omar Jallo, alias Oya, Staff Sergeant Malik Manga, Staff Sergeant Suleiman Sambu, and Staff Sergeant Sekuba Jaju are responsible for the unlawful killing of Ndo Chan. 23. Yahya Jammeh, General Suleiman Baje, and Borakoli bear joint responsibility for the killing of Ilo Jallow. 24. Yahya Jammeh, General Suleiman Baje, Nuha Baje, Mustafa Sane, Momodu Jajo alias Rambo, Fancy Nyabali, Omar Jallow alias Oya, and Suleiman Sambu are responsible for the murder of Mustafa Koli. 25. Yahya Jammeh, General Saul Baje, Sheikh Omar Jeng, Lieutenant Colonel Nuha Baje, Major Momodu Jaju, aka Rambo, Captain Mustafa Sane, Captain Michael Jata, WO2 Fancy Nyabali, WO2 Malik Manga, Staff Sergeant Suleiman Sambu, Sergeant Omar Jallow alias Oya, Staff Sergeant Amadou Baje, Major Sana Manjan, and Corporal Sekuba Jaju are responsible for the unlawful killing of Tumani Jallow and Abdullah. 26. Yahya Jammeh, Fode Bari, Salmina Drame, Lamin Baba Dinding Jobate, Mendy, first name unknown, Harry Sambu, and Samsudin Sa are responsible for the tortures and inhumane degrading treatment of Yahya Jammeh, Balo Kante, Balde, and Omar Damfa at the NIA headquarters in Banjul, and for the unlawful killing of Yahya Jammeh, who died at Maratu Central Prisons. 27. Yahya Jammeh, Tijan Ba, Baba Saho, Fode Bari, Usman Jallow, Salmina Drame, Usman So, Idrissa Diop, alias Alaji Mo, and Sukuta Jammeh, deceased, are responsible for the torture of Lieutenant Omar Dabo and Ibrahim Abaro. 28. Yahya Jammeh is culpable, together with Omar Cham as his superior, for his failure to punish Omar Cham for the tortures that he committed against NAWEC staff between 2001 and 2003. 29. Yahya Jammeh and his band of junglers, including Manlafi Ko, Tumbul Tamba, Musa Jammeh, Michael Sankoria, Momodu Jaju alias Rambo, Nuha Baje, Mustafa Sane, Malik Jata, Amadou Baje, Sana Manjan, Omar Jallow alias Oya, Nuha Baje, Sekou Jallow, Solo Bojang, Borakoli, Alaji Matson alias Eyes and Ears of Yahya Jammeh, as well as the members of the panel, Fode Momodu Haidara, ASP Demba Sow, Lamin Cham, Abdullah Sow, ASP Malamin Sise, Corporal Boto Keita, the late Sergeant Seni Ndur, Yusuf Afai, Fali Javan, Usman Bojang, CDS Lang Tombong Tamba, former CDS Lang Tombong Tamba, former IGP Usman Sonko, Alaji Martin, Baba Saho, and Fode Bari were responsible for the tortures of Bunja Dabo, Wasa Kamara, Yaya Dabo, John Pierre Mendy, Faring Sanyan, Momodu Babadi Sar, Momodu and Alioba, and civilians, namely Sheo Mafal, the Marabu, Alio Job, Demba Dem, and 𝒂𝒂k𝒃. 30. Yahya Jammeh and Lamin Dabo, Idrissa Diop alias Alaji Mo, Sheriff Wada, Babuka Jallow, Babuka Act Jallow, Samba Gajaga, Lamin Dabo, all the above NIA operatives, as well as Salifu Nyang and Boto Keita, police officers, are responsible for the torture of Keba Seka, an NIA operative, Sam Kamba, a soldier, Mumini Balde, and Kemo Conte. 31. Yahya Jammeh and panel members including Omar Koli, Luis Gomez, Yankuba Baje, Buba Beyai, Idrissa Diop, alias Alaji Mo, Sheriff Gassama, Lamin Mane, Sukuta Jammeh, deceased from the NIA, Lamin S. Sanyan, Sergeant Senundur, deceased, and Lamin Cham from the Gambia Police Force, Lieutenant Bora Koli, Solo Bojang, and Jere Gomez from the Gambia National Army are responsible for the torture and fabrication of evidence against Lieutenant General Lang Tombong Tamban, CDS, Abdullahi Ali Juf, Yusuf Ezzeddin, alias Rambo, Brigadier General Omar B. Mbai, Lamin Bobaje, Major Kausu Kamara, alias Bombardier, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Modu Gay, and Jibril Ngor Seka. 32. NIA officers Lamin Dabo, Basiru C, Alassane Balde, and Jibril Kani are responsible for the torture of Amadou Jogo So, Seydou So, and Abbas, last name unknown. 33. NIA officers Basiru C, Alassane Balde, Jibril Kani, Alias Sumare, and Lamin Dabo are responsible for the torture of Sadio Toure. 34. Sana Manjang, Modu Jaju, and Malik Jata, Fali Java, all junglers, were part of the group that tortured Lamin Bojang during the Freedom newspaper saga. Modu Jaju, alias Rambo, and Sana Manjang are responsible for the torture of journalist Lamin Cham during the Freedom newspaper saga. 36. Yaya Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, Kausu Kamara alias Bombardier, Bailo, Musa Baje, Landing Tamba, Sana Manjang, Solo Bojang, Malik Jata, Alio Jeng, Omar Jallo alias Oya, Lamin Sila, and Buba Jallo are responsible for the murder of the West African migrants. 37. Yaya Jammeh is responsible for the rape of Fatou Jallo alias Tufa. 38. Yaya Jammeh is responsible for the sexual abuse of protected witness DB18. 39. Usman Sonko is responsible for the several rapes and torture of Binta Jamba. 40. Yaya Jammeh bears responsibility for the rape of protected witness FB17. 41. Yaya Jammeh and Dr. Tamsir Mbo are responsible for the deaths of 41 HIV/AIDS patients who died as a result of their fake treatment program. They are also responsible for the sexual violence committed against the victims, which was part and parcel of the treatments administered. 42. Yaya Jammeh, Solo Bojang, and Sekou Jallo bear responsibility for the deaths, sexual violence, torture, and other inhumane acts and persecution committed against the persons they accused as being witches or wizards during the president's witch hunt exercise. Yaya Jammeh, Sol Baje, and Solo Bojang are responsible for the unlawful execution of 9 Mile 2 death row inmates. Finally, Yaya Jammeh, Yankuba Baje, Esquire DG of NIA, Shewa Majeng, and Tamba Masire are responsible for the torture and persecution of the UDP supporters in April 2016. In line with Section 19, Sub 1 of the TRRC Act, any adversely mentioned individual who has previously appeared before the Commission and made a full disclosure of his or her involvement in human rights violations and abuses and has expressed remorse is hereby granted a period of 14 days to apply to the Commission for amnesty. 3. The Commission shall within a period of 6 weeks review all applications for amnesty and provide a report to His Excellency the President accordingly. Where the Commission refuses an application for amnesty, it shall give reasons for its refusal in writing to the applicant and any other person who in relation to the offense is a victim. In line with Section 19, Sub 3 of the TRRC Act, amnesty shall not apply to acts which form part of a crime against humanity. The above findings are without prejudice to any future prosecution, But in the interim, the adversely mentioned individuals continue to benefit from the presumption of innocence. The government will continue its review of the TRSA report, as well as any recommendations for amnesty, and shall issue a white paper on or before the 25th of May 2022. Signed, Honorable Dauda A. Jallow, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, 24th of December 2021.
Let me have the